Bro just sets up his camera and gives us his honest opinion on books he's reading every month.
Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter by Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent. The reason why I love this book is because I'm a big fan of 50 Cent and some of the big business deals that he's closed in his whole career. My favorite part about this book, every chapter is full of gems and secrets on how he closed some of his biggest deals. The characteristic that it takes to be able to balance the life that he has. He's taken many L's, and in the book he tells you what he's learned from them, and he's won a lot of times. And in the book he tells you how that was done. The book is full of 9 chapters. Each chapter has something special in it. Everything from characteristics that make him who he is, and just personal thoughts that he has. Like, he talks about how he's running $1 million corporation, but when being driven in his private car, he looks outside the window and watches somebody at the park playing handball, just living freely. The way he describes the way that certain moment makes him feel, as a reader watching it from the outside in, you learn so much. And that's just one example of many examples in the book that just shows you how vulnerable he's being in this book. Something else that I really appreciate about this book is how he talks about some of his relationships that us as viewers publicly always known about, like his relationship with Floyd Mayweather and how that kind of fell apart. But he doesn't emphasize on certain things like that. He emphasizes on moments where he helped Floyd Mayweather. For example, when he was gonna fight Victor Ortiz and he noticed that Floyd Mayweather wasn't even really coming into the fight prepared mentally. He was more on some like, I got this fight. But if we all know Victor Ortiz, he's not somebody to mess with. But 50 Cent noticed that, and as a friend whispered something in his ear. Not gonna spoil alert nothing, y'all go read the book. But it just shows you what it takes sometimes to succeed. And also in his TV show Power, when picking the lead star, he explains in the book how most people didn't even want that actor as the lead, but 50 Cent believed in him. And the reason they didn't want him as the actor is because he went and auditioned and didn't really bring it. So 50 Cent had to go and call this person and be like, yo, bro, they not feeling you for the role. And when he told that to the actor was like, well, forget it. Maybe I'm not the guy for the role. 50 Cent's like, nah, dog, I've done my homework on you. I know you're the guy for this role. So he explains in that chapter how when motivating somebody, sometimes you can come in the way he came in when he had to motivate Floyd Mayweather, which is just a comment in the ear that was able to bring the lion back out of him. Or when you're dealing with somebody that's an actor, you got to find a different approach. Sometimes, like Curtis Jackson explained, taking the gloves off, which, as again, a viewer, somebody studying, learning from his book, you go, wow, this motherfucker is a genius. Chapter 1, Finding Fearlessness. In this chapter, he talks about what's one of his superpowers. In this book, he breaks down the power of having no fear. Chapter 2, Heart of a Hustler. Self-explanatory, right? But in this chapter, he gives so much details and insight and just different ways that he's positioned and strategized himself in different business deals that actually has helped him win. A lot of times you look at 50, you think he's the party animal, but the man doesn't drink at all. And he talks about that in this book. And he talks about how that gives him the extra edge. He has nothing against people that smoke weed and do their thing, but he knows at the end of the day, these are things that held you back from being the best version of yourself. And one thing I really appreciate about 50 Cent is when it comes to getting business done, when it comes to getting better, he don't play with that. Chapter 3, Constructing Your Crew. He literally talks about when he was creating G-Unit and the different things that he had to go through when putting so many different people with different personalities on one game plan. And the different rules that he let them know from the jump that he wasn't tolerating. As somebody that's always trying to build a team and get ahead in life, this stuff is like the cheat codes to success. And again, this book is full of it. Number 4, knowing your value. When you're negotiating, sometimes it's easy to lose thought of your value. And I really appreciated this chapter because he breaks down how to really get a grip of your value, how to use it and leverage it. Number 5, evolve or die. Come on now. We've seen 50 Cent over the years evolving from rapper to TV mogul to actor. The man doesn't stop. Again, in this book, he's giving you the cheat codes to all the successful moments he's had in his life. Chapter 6, Power of Perception. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about 50 Cent here. Some might look at him as a rapper, somebody that doesn't take things serious. This guy is an overthinker, and the way he teaches you how to use your time, your leverage, and the power of not making a decision when somebody tries to make you to make a decision. This guy got with Robert Greene and wrote a book, The 50th Law. That's another good book. 50 Cent only has 2 books. This book and that book. And that other book, he wrote it with Robert Greene, the writer of The 48 Laws of Power. Yeah, you would think 50 Cent would be friends with gangsters and this and that. Yeah, he does that. But at the end of the day, people that he calls friends are people like Robert Greene, scholars, people that governments call when it's time to go to war. That's who 50 Cent hangs out on a regular basis. And he gives you gems and notes all in this book. Number 7, if we can't be friends. Such a great chapter. He talks about when Oprah was kind of hating on him and didn't want him on her TV show. But guess what? Instead of trying to get all defensive and be like, she don't want me on the show, he figured out a way to just get it in her ear to understand, if we can't be friends, you get it. At that moment, he talks about in his book that Oprah took him a lot more serious. She started to understand 50 Cent wasn't Curtis Jackson. And someone like Oprah, the minute you find somebody that's intellectual, strategic like that, those are the type of people she brings on his show. So he also talks about how he was able to get on her show after many years of being denied. Chapter 8, learning from your L's. Again, in this book, 50 Cent is vulnerable. He lets it all out. And he's done so much in the time that this book was written. So there's so much detail, so much input, so much life, from getting shot to fighting executives on trying to get deals closed. This book has the gems, ladies and gentlemen. Chapter 9, the entitlement trap. Yeah, he gets personal. He even talks about his family and things I never even knew about. But it was cool to just hear it from his perspective and learn, man. If you're not really into reading, if you buy the audiobook version of this book, it's 50 Cent, dog. He's the one reading it to you. So while you're driving your car in the gym, you got 50 Cent reading the book to you. So it just feels way more real. It just comes, it hits home. The way I describe it is having that big bro just giving you game. And I really appreciated that. I'm a big audiobook guy. I love reading, but to hear it, I just learn different. And I really appreciated that about this book. 50 Cent went out of his way to read it himself for all his supporters, viewers, and people that buy the book. And for that reason is why I think this book is fire and a definitely pick up. See you guys next month. Can't wait to talk about more books.